Hello again, YouTube. This is Truth Man giving you the truth. The channel is the No Matrix, No Sipping, All Subjects channel. This video is part of the Reasons Why Black People Are at the Bottom series. The Reasons Why Black People Are at the Bottom series. This is number 3. Number 1 was thug culture, embracing thug culture. Number 2 was embracing valueless things and people. And number 3 is neglecting the kids, putting the kids out too young, making the kids feel for themselves, so on, so forth. Now, this is one I agree with Mr. Let Go on, and I don't agree with some of the other YouTubers who I won't name because I like them, I respect them, but I don't agree with them on this. I don't think you should put your kids out when they're too young. I think you should let them stay with you, build their money up, and teach them what to do. When you get out on your own, do this. When you get out on your own, do this. Where we mess up is you got parents with drug addiction, so they neglect their kids and their kids start fending for themselves. I've seen it here in Milwaukee. I used to work with juveniles, 13 years experience in 2 states. And one of the things I see is that the parents are too hood, too ghetto, and they either get caught up on drugs or they end up getting locked up trying to make thug culture happen. Remember, thug culture is number 1. That has to be number 1. That trying to be Nino Brown and all this, then now you locked up, you done got 20 years and your kids done been fending for themselves for 20 years. You need your kids to send you money for your canteen because you wasn't there for them. You gotta teach your kids, you gotta provide for your kids every step of the way, because a lot of people fall by the wayside because they never was able to develop themselves mentally due to having to scavenge. Man, I told my kids like this, and Mr. Let Go, what he was saying was he wanted to buy a 7-bedroom house so all his kids can live together. That's an excellent idea. See, y'all get caught up in this me, myself, and I stuff. Y'all get caught up in that stuff, and you know what happens? All these other races pass us up. Because your kid will be the one to get caught by the wayside. Now, they got felonies. They tried to rob this, rob that. Tried to get some fast money somehow. Because you wasn't telling them how to do it. You wasn't showing them how to do it. My kids know what I used to do, but I teach them in a way, don't ever do that. I kept my sons away from that hood stuff. Like, I did, and that was my plan all along. Like, I didn't want my sons, I teach them how to fight. To this day, I practice with them. To this day. But me having them in that hood stuff, my sons are not hood at all. Neither one of them. They don't need to be. You just need to know how to defend yourself and have some guns. You got the guns for the people who want to do all these little weird, strange fight techniques that you don't know. Blam. Kickbox all you want. They got all these kickboxing studios all over Milwaukee and the surrounding areas. Who's going to kickbox you? These dudes walking around knowing 8 fight techniques. Yep, and as soon as you do any of them moves on me, dirty fight. But what people do is they think they doing something, and like they said in the Lapeef Network, it was a panel, it was all men this time, is people think we the only culture that puts their kids out when they're young. Asians don't do it, Hmongs don't do it. The only people who try to do that stuff is black people, as if we got an equal playing field as it is. Y'all dudes got the nerve not to be working as a team. And the next one, I'm still on that Deion Sanders stuff. I'm going to react to Dr. Umar Johnson, and show you why I agree with him on this. Like, just forget about the people who, this is what you do. You know everybody ain't going to unite. We already know that. But the ones that's willing to, network with them, work together with them. The ones that don't want to, don't give them no money, don't support them, nothing. Let them get their support from them people they love so much. Because I don't hate anybody, but I see the need for us to come together and combine resources. People say it can't happen. Yes, it can. It can happen. You see how Durant gave $1 million. It can happen. Make it happen with the other people who want to make it happen. And the ones that don't, that try to tell you against that, now don't get me wrong, I get it. You can't live in the hood, all this stuff. But if you got enough people, you can take over the hood. Simple. You think if I got 10,000 dudes with me, if I got 10,000 dudes with me right now, we could take over any hood in the United States. 10, 15,000 guys, who's going to stop us? Nobody. But people, oh man, that ain't gonna work. Don't listen to nobody who just flat out against, if they black and they flat out against blacks, it's people, it's YouTubers in this space that I like them and what they say about certain topics. But in terms of this black stuff, like how we need to buy from each other, that's a fact. I get it. Like I say, you'll never see me living on like 20th an hour here in Wisconsin because you're in the crossfire. But you get with somebody who's establishing themselves or already established, and then y'all just keep adding people to y'all circle that way. But like I said, anybody, any black person, and I don't care, A to Z, anybody in here that's discouraging us getting together with like-minded individuals, intelligent individuals with resources, so on and so forth, don't support them, unsubscribe, so on and so forth. Like I said, in terms of, like, you can't deal with everybody. It could be dangerous. It could be deadly. But this is one of the reasons why we at the bottom. People be throwing their kids out there, making their kids fend for themselves before they even know how. I've seen it, man. You can't tell me. I worked with juveniles. Can't nobody tell me I'm wrong. Some of the stuff that they do, they do it to survive. So, are you taking up for them? No, I'm not. You can ask any of them here. They know me. That I'm the last one to be taking up for them. But the facts is the facts. I'm the truth, man. And the truth is, sometimes their parents neglect them. Sometimes their grandparents neglect them. The parents and the grandparents need to be equally working to build a legacy for their kids. You don't throw your kid out at 17, 18 years old. What do they know? But you kids, you under their roof, you do what they say. You can't do what you want. You a kid. Unless you want to be one of them ones at the bottom. You out here, you only making $1,000 and your rent is $700. You out here starving, stomach growling, because you wouldn't listen. Because you was a girl who wanted to keep her legs open. Or you was a guy that didn't want to come home at night. Listen to your parents. And you parents, stop picking with your kids. Stop picking with them. You brought them into this world. Stop picking with them. Stop holding against. If they trying to do better, stop holding against them their failures. I don't care if they 50. If they trying to do better, stop holding their failures against them. Encourage them to do better. See, Black people is the only people, the main people I see throwing their kids to the wolves, not dealing with their kids, not checking up on their kids, not knowing what's going on with their kids, not providing for their kids. Like, let your kids get a job and let them experience what it's like not to have that many bills. You want to push them out there and make them pay all these bills. Come on now, man. And I'm going to show you something. My father didn't do that to me. My father didn't do that to me. Now, he was doing little petty stuff like he locking the door, putting a chain on the door, see what time I come in. I ain't had no curfew, so I'm looking at him like, why is you doing this? But he really didn't mess with me like that. He left me. He let me stay there. I left because it got kind of petty. Which is what I'm telling you, because when I left, I went through some struggles. Like, you say, well, you need those struggles. You're going to have struggles regardless. You don't need to inflict yourself with them. Nobody else needs to inflict you with them. Everybody's going to have their share of struggles in life. But it's your job to make sure you give your kids a chance in the race. It's like y'all tying y'all kids' arms and legs together and expect them to run a sprint. I don't agree with nobody that put them out at 18. Listen, what do you know at 18? You'll learn whatever you're going to learn at 18 at home the same way you would out there. I don't agree with that. Sex can wait, man. What you going to get set up and robbed by one of these people? They'll try to do you like they did Kanisha and Shanquella? That's what you set your kids up for. This world is different, man. It's not the 70s. Your kids need to be able to stack their money until they can either buy a house or they got so much money that an apartment ain't nothing. And you just keep schooling them up. Keep schooling them up. Keep schooling them up. Keep schooling them up. I'm throwing you out there. That's that old-fashioned stuff that don't work, man. You throw your daughter out there at 18, and I guarantee you, if she looked like anything, she'll have 3 kids by the age of 22. And what you gonna do, Sherlock? You gonna avoid your grandkids? You shouldn't have threw her out there. Now, I could see if they just trying to be fast and they don't listen. Let them learn the hard way. We're not talking about that. We talking about the compliant kids like my sons. My sons ain't perfect, but my son, I think we did a good job with them. They don't need people. They'll work overtime. Why? Because I work hard. My father worked hard. His father worked hard. But when you throw them out there, you basically giving them all these bills before their career even take off. Let their career take off at least. Me personally, I don't have no reason to throw my kids out, and I never will. Anything I'm gonna do it regardless. If I wanted, let's say I had a little female, something, I'd be like, hey man, y'all gotta go, man. Y'all gotta find somewhere to go tonight. Or hotel. But when we take these selfish approaches, you are contributing to yet another one of us being at the bottom. You got to learn how to work as a team. You got to work as a team. Team environments, like some things you want to be on your own, but you can't be on your own. And all y'all dudes just trying to completely separate yourself from blacks and completely deal with white people. If some weirdo stuff jump off, they're going to string your butt up and ain't nobody going to be there to help you. Simple as that. You keep thinking it can't happen. We don't want it to happen, but keep thinking it can't. You going to be out there on the island by yourself and you going to be up in that tree. Don't try to act like y'all don't know what I'm saying, Because there's a lot of weirdos out here with weird notions in their mind. And all it takes is a little extra propaganda, which the media and mainstream is notorious for, to set people on edge. And you want to throw your kids out there. Man, that's why I be listening to people, but it's nobody that I agree with 100%. Because I've heard dudes that I like them on the majority of things. Then I'll be like, whoa, man, you'll throw your son out like that? The brain don't even stop developing until 25. You throwing him out there at 18, thinking you teaching him something. You gonna set him backwards. He gonna be 7 years behind. Let him stack that bread first. You 18, you gotta get out. I'm black. I don't care, look at me. You forgetting something. You went through your struggles too. So because you went through it, you want him to go through it. You shouldn't want your kids to go through nothing bad that you went through. If your father was neglecting y'all, why would you do it? But that's how people is, though. The talented 10th. Ain't no talented 10th. That's in your head. You ain't no better. You might have this skill, that skill. Ain't no talented 10th. The 10% sellout. Ain't no talented 10th, man. You got people who make good decisions, people who make bad decisions. Ain't no talented 10th. And if you think that, keep on. Like I told you, man, you're going to be the first person they get. Then you're going to try to come running to some clan. They can't trust you. You a mole. I mean, I could close this video, man. This is the third reason. We'll title it later, but y'all know what I'm saying. People neglecting their kids, not doing right by their kids, not being right. You don't know when your health could fail. We got to have life insurance out here. You know, these is things that I'm talking about. Like, you can't throw your kids out there. Okay, let's say something. Let's say you put your kids out at 18. You ain't got no life insurance. Say you one of them. You die. Now your kids is struggling and they don't got no support system. They ain't got nobody to back them up. Nobody that they can call when something goes wrong that they wasn't ready for. You brought them in the world. It was your nut. It's only like we the main ones that think stupid like this, man. I'm telling you. But anyway, this is the truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Thanks for watching.